Hi there, La Jolla UMC family. I wanted to follow up on something that was talked about during the sermon this past Sunday. I hope if you weren't able to be in worship, maybe you've already watched the full live stream, maybe that day, or maybe you saw the shortened sermon-only post on our website or YouTube page. As you recall, every Sunday we offer some kind of response, an opportunity to respond to our experience of worship. Now, alongside that, maybe you also recall that we've been including a sermon note in our weekly email every week. And during Advent and continuing now, we've expanded some of the things in that sermon note. One of the things that's expanded in the sermon note that connects with that time of response is we're putting that in writing in the sermon note. What is that response? So you might know what that response is even before you experience worship. Now, this past Sunday in worship, it was the Sunday that we do each year that highlights the baptism of Jesus, a beginning of sorts of his ministry. Of course, we highlighted that alongside the creation poem in Genesis. We talked about our own beginnings and how our faith lives can continually renew. God says, "Behold, I'm making all things new." But here's where I'm going with all of this. It's related to that action, that weekly action, that weekly sort of response that I talked about in worship and was in that expanded sermon note. And I want to reiterate it here for you now during this weekly email. It said, "This week we explore beginnings. Take time in prayer and remember your baptism. If you were too young when you were baptized to have any memory, perhaps you've experienced a remembrance of baptism. If you've never been baptized or if you don't have any memory of being baptized, speak with Pastor Bob about doing this. We'll have a service of baptism or baptism remembrance, including the reception of new members during this sermon series. Wherever you are on your faith journey, pray and be in conversation with God about whether or not you are drawn to be a part of this." So I want to remind you of that invitation, that if you've not been baptized or you don't remember your baptism, if you want to experience a remembrance of baptism, these are all things that we're going to do on the last Sunday of January. Please contact us in the church office. Send me an email. Let me know that you are interested in participating in this. And if you're interested in joining, in being a church member, a member of the La Jolla UMC community, please let me know. Now, especially if you're interested in a first-time baptism or church membership, we have a form on our website that's really easy to fill out that you can send all the information to us so that we can get that sort of documentation handled. Just go to lajollaunitedmethodist.org/membership and everything you would need is in there. Especially if you're interested in first-time baptism or church membership, please visit that website, and that will in part give us the information, but also it'll let me know that you're interested in a first-time baptism or church membership. And if you're interested in a remembrance of baptism and what that can look like for you during a time of worship, again, the last Sunday in January, just send me an email, and I would love to be able to include you in that part of our special worship service the last Sunday of this month. We are continually renewed in our faith and our spirituality. We're reminded that God constantly makes things new. And I hope that you will prayerfully consider renewing your faith. As you might be baptized, renew your baptism, consider joining La Jolla UMC in membership. Thank you, my friends. Grace and peace to you.